Right now, on the internet, there is a real app taking real payments from real strangers. It has a login screen, it has customers, it has a little dashboard that quietly counts the money coming in. And the person who built it has never written a single line of code in their life, not one line. They built the whole thing by talking, by typing what they wanted in plain English and letting the AI write the actual software underneath. And the fifth app I am going to show you, the last one, made money on its own the weekend after it went live. I will show you exactly how it happened. But you have to see the first four first, because each one gets a little more impossible than the last, and if you skip ahead, the fifth one will just sound like a lie. Here is the part nobody explains properly. For 30 years, if you wanted to build software, you had to learn to code. Years of it, curly brackets, error messages at 2 in the morning, the whole painful climb. That wall is gone. There is a new way of building now, and people are calling it vibe coding. You describe the vibe, the feeling, the thing you want. The AI builds it. You look at it, you say make this button bigger, move that, add a payment box, and it just does it. No degree, no bootcamp, just a conversation. So let me walk you up the ladder, from cute little toy to a thing that genuinely pays rent. Stay with me, because it stops being a toy around number 3, and it gets strange at number 4. App 1, the personal tool. This is where almost everyone starts. Someone wanted a simple habit tracker, exactly the way they liked it, so instead of downloading one of the 1,000 that already exist, they described their own. A clean dark screen, a row of habits down the side, a satisfying green tick when you finish one, and a little streak counter that grows the longer you keep going. They did not draw it, they did not design it. They just said what they wanted, sentence by sentence, and corrected the AI when it got something slightly wrong. 20 minutes of talking, and it existed. Running on their phone, unlocking with their thumbprint, real. Nobody else will ever use it, and that is completely fine, because it proved something enormous. It proved you can now want a piece of software into existence. You describe it, and it appears. But a private toy for one person is the easy version. The moment you show your thing to another human, the stakes jump, and everything changes. So watch what happens next. App 2. The website that books clients. A freelancer was losing money because people would message asking if she was free, and by the time she replied, they had booked someone else. So she described a small site. Show my work, show my prices, let people pick a time and pay a deposit right there. The AI built the pages, connected the calendar, wired up the payment. What a web agency would have charged her $2,000 for, she talked into existence in an afternoon. And here is the quiet part that matters more than you think. She now owns it. She can change it anytime, for free, forever. Remember that word, own. It comes back at the end, and it is the whole point. App 3, the tool that kills a boring job. This is where it stops being a toy and starts being a weapon. A guy spent every single Friday doing the same miserable task, taking a messy spreadsheet full of hours and rates and client names, and turning it, by hand, into clean invoices, one at a time, for the better part of a whole afternoon. He hated it. So instead of hating it forever, he described it to the AI. When I drop this file in, read these columns, match them to my template, and generate a finished invoice for each client, ready to send. The AI wrote the code that does exactly that. Now he drops the file in, and it spits out every invoice, formatted and numbered, in about 4 seconds. 4 hours of his life, every single week, for the rest of his career, handed to a small piece of software he built by describing his own pain out loud. Do the math on that over a year, and it is genuinely scary. But here is the thing, he built it just for himself, to save his own Fridays. The next person took the exact same power and pointed it at strangers, and did something that honestly should not be allowed to be this easy. App 4. The tiny product that strangers pay for. This is where it turns. Up to now, everything was personal, a tool for you, a site for your clients. App 4 is a real product, sitting online, that people who have never met the creator pay to use every month. Someone noticed that a lot of people struggle to write good captions for their posts, so they built a little tool. You paste your idea, it gives you 10 captions. Simple. They put a small price on it, $5 a month. And strangers started paying. Not a fortune, but real recurring money, the same handful of dollars landing every month, on its own, from people on the other side of the world the creator will never meet, for a piece of software built by someone who cannot write a line of code. Think about what that actually is. It is a product, with customers, with monthly revenue, that runs whether the founder is awake or not. And this is the one that starts making people nervous. Because the second you see a stranger pay for a thing you talked into existence, the last app on this list stops sounding impossible and starts sounding inevitable. Now, before I show you number 5, remember what I said about app 3, the invoice tool that saved 4 hours every Friday. Hold on to that, because the 5th app is what happens when you stop building tools for yourself and start building a machine that runs without you. It gets stranger. App 5, the one that made money on its own. Here is what actually happened. The creator did not just build a product, they built the whole business around it by talking. The landing page that convinces you to buy, the sign-up, the payment, the emails that go out automatically when someone joins, the little dashboard tracking it all. Every single piece, described in plain English, built by the AI, stitched together over one weekend. Then they launched it, shared it once, and went to bed. Overnight, a stranger found the page, read it, believed it, entered their card, and became a paying customer. The welcome email fired on its own, the dashboard ticked up by one, money in. And the founder was asleep the entire time, in a business that did not exist on Thursday, built by a person who has still, to this day, never written a line of code. That is the line we just crossed. Not AI that helps you build. AI that lets a person with zero technical skill build a working, paying, self-running business over a weekend. The gate that kept 99% of people out of software for 30 years just quietly swung open, and most of them have not noticed yet. Now remember what I told you to hold on to, that word, own. Here is why it was the real clue all along. When you pay a developer to build your app, they own the machine. You rent your own idea back from them. But when you build it yourself by talking, you own every piece of it. You can change it at midnight. You can add a feature on a whim. You can spin up a second one next weekend. That is not a cheaper way to hire a coder. It is a completely different kind of power. For the first time, the person with the idea and the person who can build it are the same person. That is the shift almost nobody is ready for. So here is the uncomfortable question. If one person with no coding skill can build a private tool, a client website, a task killer, a paid product, and a self-running business, all by talking, all in the time it used to take just to plan a meeting about software, then what exactly was that 30-year wall protecting? The people setting this up first are getting a decade ahead, while everyone else is still convinced you need to learn to code. You do not. You need to learn to describe what you want clearly, and that is a skill you already have. And you do not need all 5 to start. You need one. Pick the smallest annoying thing in your day, the spreadsheet you hate, the tool you wish existed, the tiny idea you keep parking. Open one of these vibe coding tools tonight and just describe it, one sentence at a time. Do not aim for a business. Aim for the habit tracker, the toy. Because the person who built the self-running business started exactly there, with a private little toy nobody would ever see. And the only difference between them and everyone else is that they did not stop at app 1. The exact tools I used to build all 5, ranked, are linked in the description below. And most of them have a free tier, so it costs you nothing to try tonight. If this cracked something open in how you see software, subscribe, because the next video builds a real paid app from a blank screen, live, step by step, and once you watch someone do it with zero code in one sitting, you genuinely will not be able to unsee it.